Joe Denley strikes with bat and ball to put Kent in complete command on day 3. The home side dominated day 2 at Tunbridge Wells, and Kent openers Bell, Drummond and Dixon then put on an unbeaten 116 for an overall lead of 321 with 2 days remaining. And the opening pair returned refreshed and ready to pile on more runs on day 3. Dixon completed his 10th first-class 50. The stand had reached 178 in largely untroubled fashion when Sussex finally had some joy. Danny Briggs' left-arm spin trapping Dixon LBW for 74. But Bell Drummond was joined by first-innings centurion Joe Denley, with the lead already 383. But Bell Drummond wasn't to reach the 100 his innings deserved, beaten and bowled by Van Zyl for 90. Any hopes Sussex may have had of restricting Kent's lead were soon swept away though, as Denley carried on where he'd left off in the first innings. With captain Sam Northeast lending support, Denley launched an assault on Sussex's tiring bowlers and was nearing his 50 at lunch. 80 runs added by the pair in quick time, and with the lead 463, it clearly wouldn't be long before the visitors were batting again. But the Kent pair did continue after lunch, with the aim of setting Sussex a nominal victory target of 500. Denley and Northeast proceeded to add another quick-fire 40 to the total before the declaration came at 298 for 2. Denley finishing on 71 not out to go with that first innings ton, Northeast 46, and Sussex needed 504 to win. More realistically, they had to bat almost 5 sessions to save the game. And that difficult mission couldn't have got off to a worse start. Finch LBW to Coles for 5, and it was 6 for 1. And then 8 for 2. After his double 100 in his last match, back to earth for Luke Wells, caught and bowled by Coles for a duck. And no further runs scored before the next wicket fell. Nash bowled by Stevens for 3. At 8 for 3, Sussex were looking at their 3rd championship defeat in 4 games, and this one inside 3 days. Skipper Luke Wright's response was to play his shots, and it worked for a while, before he fell to Harris, caught behind by Rouse, 73 for 4. The new pair of Shti and Van Zyl and Michael Burgess were surely hoping for help from the weather, but in the meantime the South African went on the attack, and he'd reached 40 not out in a total of 101 for 4 at the tea interval. There was more of the same from Van Zyl when play resumed. He played the major hand in a stand of 85 with Burgess, hitting 13 fours and 1 6. But his innings was finally ended by a man who was having a match to remember. Denley brought on to bowl, and having Van Zyl caught behind for 78. And just 2 runs later, Denley's occasional leg breaks worked again. He removed Chris Jordan, caught and bowled for a duck, and at 160 for 6, Sussex were almost done for. But Burgess and new man David Visa did at least manage to take the game into a 4th day, as they added 22 runs before the close, which found Sussex 182 for 6, with Burgess 44 not out. They're still a largely irrelevant 321 runs behind, and surely only the prospect of rain stands between Kent and another impressive championship victory.